This is Online Pass, the video game news quiz. My name is Cyril Lachel, and I'm going to ask you a series of questions based on some of the biggest news stories to come out of Microsoft's E3 2016 press conference. From brand new hardware to the return of Frank West, we're going to be covering a lot of ground. So grab a piece of paper and a number 2 pencil, because this is a test. Question 1. After months of speculation, Microsoft finally announced the Xbox One S. It's a slim model that's not only 40% smaller than the original version, but also outputs to 4K TVs. The one thing it doesn't have? A Kinect-only input. So, what are Kinect owners to do? Question 2. Best known for his work on Wolfenstein 3D, Commander Keen, and Doom, John Carmack is one of this industry's true icons. So what on earth was he doing at Microsoft's E3 press conference? Question 3. One of the big reveals this year was DeadRising 4, bringing Frank back to Willamette. Willamette. You know, there's a real city in Oregon with the exact same name. It only has about 300 people, and it's just outside of Oregon City. But they don't pronounce it Willamette. How do they say it? Question 4. This year, Microsoft wanted to give gamers control over how they played. One of the ways they did this was by offering custom controllers, allowing gamers to swap out colors and even add personalized engravings. Let's say you actually wanted to customize your controller and add your name. How much is this all going to cost before shipping and tax? Question 5. Xbox boss Phil Spencer shocked everybody when he announced Project Scorpio, a sorta next-generation Xbox with 6 teraflops of power and a badass codename. It's coming out late next year and is specifically designed for 4K TVs with HDR built in. So, here's a dumb question. What kind of TV does Phil Spencer have? And now, the throwback round, where I pull questions from classic game magazines. Brace yourself, the next corner's rough. 10 years ago, Peter Moore made news when he rolled up his sleeve and showed off his tattoo. What game inspired him to go to this extreme? Okay, put your pencils down, everybody. The quiz is over. Let's see how you did. It probably won't surprise anybody that Microsoft forgot to mention the Kinect at their press conference. After 2 valiant efforts, it seems clear that the motion controller is on its last legs. However, for gamers who intend to buy the Xbox One S and still feel the need to play Fantasia Music Evolved, Microsoft has an offer for you. If you already own a Kinect, your original Xbox One, and a brand new S series, you'll be able to get the Kinect to USB adapter for free. Everybody else will have to buy one, or not bother with the Kinect at all. John Carmack was a Rockstar developer long before anybody cared who made the games they played. His work on Wolfenstein 3D and Doom changed the industry forever, so it wasn't surprising when he was hired as the Chief Technology Officer at Oculus VR. What I didn't expect to see was the guy responsible for Commander Keen on the Microsoft stage wearing a Vive and talking about how much he loves Minecraft. I doubt John Romero would have done that. As somebody who lives in the Pacific Northwest, I had an especially hard time listening to Frank West try to wrap his head around trying to say the word Willamette. Yes, it's Willamette, not Willamette. I don't care if you're talking about the Willamette City in Oregon, the breathtaking Willamette Falls, or Willamette Dental Group. You won't find people calling it Willamette. You would think that a freelance reporter would have a better ear for details. With a big push for customization, Microsoft announced that Xbox One gamers can create their own controllers. This means adding new colors and even adding personalized engravings just under the D-pad and analog stick. This customization does not come cheap, as it costs $20 more than the typical pad. You'll also need to include $10 more if you want to add engraving. All this brings up to $89.99 before shipping and tax. Ugh. When Phil Spencer came back on stage towards the end of the Microsoft press conference, there was a sense in the room that something big was about to happen. He revealed what a lot of us had already speculated. that Microsoft was working on a half-step console that would improve graphics and performance of existing Xbox One games on 4K TVs. That's cool and all, but will it do anything for people with the typical 1080p sets? No, says Phil. Unless you already own a brand new 4K TV, Scorpio is not going to do anything for you. When asked what kind of TV the head of Xbox has, Phil told Eurogamer that he owns a standard 1080p TV. Looks like 2017 is going to be an expensive year for Phil. Say what you will about Peter Moore, but the guy definitely knows how to make headlines. In 2004, the former Microsoft employee displayed a Halo tattoo to show off his dedication to the series. 2 years later, he was up to his old tricks again, this time convincing the E3 audience that he got all tatted up to promote Grand Theft Auto 4. While this was a memorable moment, it was all a ruse. Peter Moore didn't actually get a GTA 4 tattoo, which is certainly for the best. Hey, thanks for watching our brand new episode of Online Pass. In case you missed it, we posted a similar quiz for the Sony press conference earlier in the week. We plan on finishing out the quiz on Sunday with a look at E3 as a whole, so make sure and come back for that. In the meantime, we've been posting reviews of 1917, The Alien Invasion, and Never Ending Nightmares. And we'll have a review of Between Me and the Night going up on Friday. We also took a look at E3 then versus now, where we analyze how the trade show has changed over the years. You should check that out. Oh, and while you're at it, you should click the subscribe button and support what we're doing here. Until then.